Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking to an international speaker, author, and coach, and he's going to be sharing with us his special brand of wisdom. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, we can all use a little bit of motivation. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We've got a recession. We've got political fighting. Who couldn't use a little dose of optimism? To talk about that today, Bobby Whisnand. He is an international speaker, author, and coach. Thank you for coming on the show.
Jeff, thank you for having me.
Well, I got to tell you, I envy your voice because I spent 25 years in front of a TV camera. But I would have killed for, we call it the voice of God.
Okay, little boom there.
I bet you can go down real low if you need to.
I can get down there pretty low. When I'm singing alone in the shower or alone, I can get pretty low.
All right. Well, Bobby, you have a book series that's really, really impressive. Tell me more about it.
So it's 7 books of wisdom.
Okay.
And I took 7 big categories of life. Change, relationships, stress.
Yes.
Wellness, of course, goals and confidence, these type of things. And I wrote 365 quotes. And I split those up over those 7 categories. So, in other words, 53 quotes on change, 53 on stress management.
Yes.
So the original quotes, and I took these quotes and I put with each one, I give you an explanation. I call it the reality. Because a lot of times we get muddled in our head and we don't see things clearly.
Yes.
We don't see the reality of what's going on. Stress is a big example.
Yes.
So I took those and I wrote a reality. It's 1 page per quote, the reality, and then I give you a plan, 1 paragraph, specific things that you're going to employ in your life, and then 1 action. 1 action at the end of that. And if you do 1 a day, it's going to get you places. And you can pick it up anytime you want. You can start at the back. You can start in the middle. I'm going to go to book 4 today. You know, I'm having a little bit of a relationship problem at work. I'm going to get in here. I like that quote. And I've taken a big idea, okay? Because we can get caught up with trying to remember, what were those steps that guy said to do to get a good frame of mind? I took a big picture and put it into 1 simple quote. So if I can remember that, I'm going into a sales day. How can I get more confidence? What did Bobby say about that? Oh yeah, bam, and they're gonna retain it.
Well, he's an amazing speaker, and I think you got a little preacher in you. And I'm a preacher's kid, so
okay.
I know that. So we're gonna roll a clip right now.
Life is the most amazing event we'll ever lay our eyes on. Just make sure you're not waiting in line to see it. There are 3 words that will delay our success, our dreams, our motivation. I'll start tomorrow. What we're doing is we're putting our hopes and dreams on something in the future when the truth is, motivation will more than likely be siphoned away from us. That's a long time between today and tomorrow. Right now and tomorrow, that's a long time. Even if you say, I'll start today, it's more positive, it's closer, but how much can happen between, let's say, 10 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening? Life happens. Our motivation can leave us, can elude us as time goes on. Right now. There's no better opportunity than right now.
Wow, that is so inspiring. I often say that Americans are lacking vitamin A, action. We talk about stuff, but we don't
pretty
do
good.
it. What causes us to put off for tomorrow what we could be doing today?
So I have a quote. One of my quotes is a good one. It's about tomorrow. So it's yesterday is a great place for our memories. Tomorrow is a great place for our hope. But they're both only possible because of our ability to live today. We think tomorrow's that new starting point, our new relationships, to make something right, to start this project. Okay, it's an appeasement, Jeff. It's an appeasement. It's just like having a gym membership and not using it.
Right.
Okay, I got the gym membership. Setting a goal. We set a goal, okay, have we really done anything? Not really. It's an appeasement. So to answer your question, now is intimidating. And we can look at it as, oh, wait, I got to do that now. Well, let me think. I'll do it tomorrow. It's so easy to say that.
Yes.
And if people could look at it, the reality again of what does it really take, it's one step. It's one step that will become fruitful into something else. It's recognizing success.
You know what? I also feel, Bobby, and I bet you believe this as well, that people love to blame, and they say, well, if I was just had a better economy, or if we had a different president, or they're always blaming something. And truth is, even during the Great Depression, there were a lot of millionaires that made a lot of money during the Great Depression.
You bet. And that's a good point. It's easy to get trapped in our own thoughts. It's the self-limiting, the self-defeating thoughts of, can I really do that? It ties right back to the goal-setting thing as well. Let me tell you this a little bit, and this kind of covers the whole thing. When people say they want to set a goal, I can tell them that where most people go awry is when they very first set the goal. And people are like, what do you mean? Isn't goal setting a good thing? Yes, if you set the right goal. So how do you set the right goals? You think of what you want to achieve. Call that an achievement. Don't call it a goal. This is my achievement. Now here's where the magic happens. Think of the reasons why you haven't done it yet. Why have I not reached this goal yet? Write them down. Those are your goals. And if you reach those goals, your achievement will realize.
That is so powerful.
So it is powerful. It's kind of like having think about a GPS. With a GPS, there's two things that a GPS has to have. Where you're going and from where it is we're starting. Specifically, where are we starting? When you set a goal, you're setting point B. That's where I want to go. All right, I'm good. But if you don't have a realistic starting point, if you don't know from where it is you're really starting, your directions are going to take you somewhere off. It doesn't know how to get you there. So we've got to sit down and look at the reasons why we haven't done that goal yet.
And check the settings on your phone, because if you don't know your location, your phone is on a different privacy setting, and you better know what your internal privacy setting is.
That's exactly right.
To get there.
That's good. Yeah.
We're going to pull up your website and show some of the books of wisdom that you outlined. Tell us more about. Do you remember all 7? I don't want to put you on the spot now.
Let's see. Sure. First one is book 1. It's on motivation.
Okay.
The second one is on stress management, and it's the title Turning Anxiety into Power. Yeah. Number 3 is, there it is right there. Number 3 is going to be commitment.
Yes.
A lot of people commit to, again, the end result instead of the struggle, the sacrifice, and the uncertainty. That's what you have to commit to. Book 4 is on wellness, a different way. I'm not telling you what to eat. I'm not telling you how to work out, although I spent a lot of my life doing that. It's not about that. Wellness is 10 times more mental than it is physical. So that's book 4. Book 5, goals and confidence. That's one of my favorite because it gets into a lot of the actions that you take or what we talked about. And then book 6 is relationships, business, and personal relationships. I tie in the corporate look, how do I walk in and introduce myself to a CEO? How do I make that sale? How do I make that sale turn into 50 more? Yes. And then the last one is what we're dealing with today in our world is change. turning uncertainty into achievement. That's powerful. We're all powerful. We just don't know our true potential.
Yes.
So when I speak to people, that's my goal.
Well, let's dive a little deeper into the uncertainty piece, because
Sure.
I find that with some people, uncertainty becomes paralyzing, and
Absolutely.
they just hide under the covers, and oh my goodness, we're in a pandemic. And then other people say, well, we got to get busy because nobody's going to pay this light bill but me.
You got to pull your pants up, pull
Yep.
your jeans up, put your overalls on, put your gloves on, go to work.
Exactly. So at the beginning of this pandemic, for me, I said this is the time to get aggressive.
Absolutely.
When a lot of marketing firms might get fearful,
Sure.
this is the time when I'm going to ramp things up.
Absolutely.
How about you?
For me personally, when this happened, I viewed it became me motivating myself, which was, okay, this is an opportunity. Change is an opportunity. We had those two choices, especially with a difficult change, a change we're not expecting, right? We can either bide our time, we can wade through, we can just survive and get through it, or we can get control, excel, and become, one powerful individual. It comes back to answer your question, reward versus cost. Is the cost of my effort and physical and mental effort to achieve making some accomplishment during a difficult time of change, is the reward high enough for me? Yes. But a lot of times we see it here, Jeff. We see reward as being equal or even less than our effort of our physical and emotional.
Yes.
We don't see it. That's the key, is to show people the reality. The reward is way up here.
Yes.
And it grows. But if we can't get people to see that, we're kind of stuck.
Well, tell me if you agree with this or not. I think, I'm a baby boomer, but my parents' generation, the traditionalists, and
Sure.
and my dad's dad grew up during the Great Depression. There was a different attitude towards work, and it wasn't about a life of leisure. It was basically like, you're going to get up early, you're going to stay up late, and you're going to provide for your family.
Right.
I mean, do you see that eroding over time as millennials and Gen Zs get into the workplace and are really looking for shortcuts and wanting the easy way out?
You said it, shortcuts are out there. The choices are more. We didn't have choices. When I was a young man, and I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, I grew up in the oil field.
That's hard work.
That's what I did. And in a small community of where I grew up, it wasn't a question of, are you going to work this summer? As a kid, you go to school, and in the summer, it's not swimming pools and parties, and it's gloves, oil field, and dirty pipes.
Right.
And we either farmed or we worked in the oil field. It's where are you going? It's not are you going to work? It's where are you going to work? So it's that mindset. It's that very mindset. And today we just have more choices to do something other than work, to do something because there's things out there that will allow us to do it. It's the society, it's our atmosphere. It's okay. You don't have to do that. And we're off the hook.
Yes.
As an individual, maybe, but not as a society, we're not. So the choices are there for them to step aside and to dodge certain work ethics and yeah.
Bobby, you're a very wise man. We're almost out of time, so let's end with this question.
Okay.
How does somebody know when they need a coach? How do they know when they need somebody like you?
When someone is feeling repetitive, their life is feeling monotonous, not going anywhere. They may indeed be going somewhere, but again, it's you got to recognize that success. When you're feeling that way, or there's something new you want to go at, you're not quite sure how to do it, you're a little intimidated, you may be a very successful person. But wait a minute, I've ridden cows, but I haven't ridden bulls. That kind of thing. So can you help me? Absolutely. And guess what? It's not the riding the bull, it's the problem, it's the bucking. That's the problem. So we go at it that way and help people change the mindset.
Yes.
We're powerful. We're super powerful. We just have to realize it, recognize it, and act on it.
Wow.
Right?
Well, you are amazing, and thank you so much for sharing your words of wisdom. We're going to put up your website so people can get
Thank
in touch.
you.
BobbyWhisnand.com is the website. Get in touch with him for all your virtual presentation needs, and get his books, obviously, and then hire him as your coach.
Absolutely.
This man is walking his talk, and I love
That's
it. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.